Hello, in this lecture we will find the radius of a circle. In the drawing we have a circle. Inside the circle we have a square, and we want to find out the radius of this circle. First of all, we will define this point as M, and this point will be defined as N. As you can see from the drawing, MC equals to 6 units, and AN equals to 3 units. Okay, MC equals to 6 units and MC equals to 6 units and AN equals to 3 units, and we want to find out the radius of this circle. We will define the line segment OM as X. OM will be equal to X, and ON will be defined as Y. Okay, OM equals to X and ON equals to Y, according to our definition. Okay, as you can see from the drawing, OC equals to OA. Okay, OC equals to OA because both of those line segments are the radiuses of this circle. OC equals to OA because both of them are radiuses of this circle. Okay, OC equals to OA because they are the radiuses of the circle. So actually OC, so this will be our first equation. OC equals to OA. Okay, OC equals to OA, they are the radiuses of the circle, but OC equals to X plus 6, and OA equals to Y plus 3. Okay, OC equals to x plus 6, and OA, that is the radius of the circle, equals to y plus 3. Okay, OC equals to x plus 6 and OA equals to x plus 3. They are the radiuses of the circle. Okay, now we will subtract 3 from equation number 1. Actually, we'll subtract we'll subtract 6 from equation number 1. So we subtracted 6 we subtracted 6 from equation number 1. X plus 6 minus 6 equals to 6, and y plus 3 minus 6 equals to y minus 3. Okay, x equals to y minus 3. Actually, because of the fact that this is a square, then if side OM equals to x, then side BN also equals to x. And as you can see from equation number 1, we know that x equals to y minus 3. Okay, so actually OB is the radius of the circle, and the radius of the circle is also OA. So the radius of this circle equals to y plus 3. So OB also equals to y plus 3. Okay. Now we will copy again the right triangle. Actually, because of the fact that ONPM is a square, every angle in the square equals to 90 degrees. So actually the triangle ONB is a right triangle. So we will copy the right triangle ONB. Side ON of the triangle, the right triangle, equals to Y. Side NB of the right triangle equals to X, but X equals to Y minus 3, so we can write that NB equals to Y minus 3, and the hypotenuse of the right triangle OB equals to Y plus 3. Okay, so this is the right triangle OBN or BNO, and we will use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of y, and then y plus 3 is the radius of the circle. So you can see OB equals to y plus 3, and OB is the radius of this circle. So after we will find the value of y, we will add 3 in order to get the radius of this circle. So according to the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars, or y square plus y minus 3 square equals to y plus 3 square. Okay. The Pythagorean theorem applies only to right triangles, and triangle ONB is a right triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of y. So our second equation will be y square plus y minus 3 square equals to y plus 3 square. Okay, so according to the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse, that is y plus 3 square, equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars, equals to y square plus y minus 3 square. Okay, again, y square plus y minus 3 square equals to y plus 3 square, the square of the hypotenuse, that is to say y plus 3 square, equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars, equals to y square plus y minus 3 square. Okay, so here we will open the brackets in equation number 2. Y square y minus 3 square equals to y square plus 6 minus 6y. Again, y minus 3 square equals to y square plus 9 minus 6y. and y plus 3 square equals to y square plus 6y plus 9. So we have here y square, and the other side of the equation we have also y square, so y square is cancelled, and we have here 9, and the other side of the equation we have also 9, so 9 is also cancelled, so we get with we left with y square is 6y. Okay, so we left with y square minus 6y equals to 6y. We will add to equation number 2 6y, or we will subtract from equation number 2 6y. So y square minus 6y equals to y square minus 12y, and 6y minus 6y equals to 0. Now we can simply so we took from equation number 2 a common factor, that is y. So we got that y times y minus 12 equals to 0. Here we have two possibilities. The first possibility is y equals to 0, or the first solution is y equals to 0, and it is impossible. Okay, so the solution of y equals to 0 is incorrect, and the other solution is the y minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, standard solution to the second equation is that y minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, y minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, so the solution to this simple equation is that y equals to 12 units. Y equals to 12 units, but the radius of the circle is OB, and OB equals to y plus 3. So I write it down. OB is the radius of the circle, and OB equals to y plus 3. Okay, our further question. OB is the radius of this circle, and OB equals to y plus 3. Okay, and we found out that y equals to 12. So the radius of this circle is y plus 3, that is to say 12 plus 3, that is to say the radius of the circle equals to 15 units. Okay, R, that is the radius of the circle, equals to y plus 3, but we know that y equals to 12, so it is 12 plus 3, so the radius of the circle equals to 15 units. Okay, the radius of the circle is OB, and OB equals to y plus 3, and we found out that y equals to 12 units, and the radius is y plus 3, so actually the radius of the circle equals to 12 plus 3, that is to say the radius of this circle equals to 15 units. Okay, so now I'll summarize the short lecture. Actually, we wanted to find out the radius of this circle. In the circle we have a square. Okay, this is a square, and we actually know that the size of MF is 6 units, and the size of NA is 3 units. We defined OM as X and ON as Y, and actually in the right triangle OBN we know that one side equals to Y, and the other side of this square is actually X, because of the fact that in a square this is a square, and in a square all the sides are equal to each other. So if this side is X, then this side of this square is also X. Okay, so this side of the circle is Y, this side and this side of the right triangle is x. But we know that OC equals to OA, both of them equals to the radius of the circle. Okay, OC equals to OA, both of them radiuses of this circle, but OC equals to x plus 6 and OA equals to y plus 3. Okay, so we can subtract 6 from the first equation, and we got that x equals to y minus 3. Okay, x equals to y minus 3. This side of the right triangle O and B equals to y, and OB is the radius of the circle. But we know that the radius of this circle is also OA, and OA equals to y plus 3. So this is the radius, OA is the radius of the circle, and OB is also the radius of the circle. So OB also equals to y plus 3. So actually, in the right triangle OBN, first of all, it is a right triangle because the angles in a square, all the 4 angles inside the square equals to 90 degrees. For that reason, angle BNO equals to 90 degrees. So triangle ONB is a right triangle, and in the right triangle we know that size ON equals to y, size BN equals to x, but x equals to y minus 3. And OB is the radius of this circle, and OB equals also to OA, that is also the radius of this circle, and OA equals to y plus 3. So the radius of this circle is equals to y plus 3. So actually we know that in the right triangle NBO, the size of the hypotenuse is y plus 3, the size of the perpendicular is y minus 3, and the size of the other perpendicular in the right triangle OBN equals to y. And we can use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of y. The Pythagorean theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse in a right triangle equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars. That is to say, y plus 3 square equals to y minus 3 square plus y square. Okay, this is the Pythagorean theorem, and we solved the Pythagorean equation number 2, and we got that actually we had 2 options. The first option, that y equals to 0, is impossible. The other option is y minus 12 equals to 0. If y minus 12 equals to 0, then y equals to 12 units, and the radius of the circle is y plus 3. OB is the radius of the circle, and OB equals to y plus 3. So y plus 3, it is actually 12 plus 3, because y equals to 12 units. So we got that the radius of this circle equals to 12 plus 3 units. That is to say, the radius of this circle equals to 15 units. Okay? Thank you very much.